Hi everyone, today we're going to go over the support services page and how to make edits to the support services listed. So this is what this new template looks like. You can find it under Campus Life and it's the first link under Student Services. You can also find a link to this under the current students page and the faculty and staff page. This is a link for support services available for students. And once you land on this page, you can search by keywords, you can search by category, and you can also search by modality. So by appointment, walk-in, in-person, or online. So just keep in mind that if you're looking to add a support service to this page, you'll need to have this information available, as well as any keywords that people might be using to search. So an example of this, right now we see the entire list of support services, but a student might be looking for tutoring specifically. And if we click tutoring, we see that all of that keyword was entered in all of these support services just for students to easily find. So now we're going to walk through how to edit any existing support services or how to add any support services to this page. So we're going to go into Cascade. So once you've logged in with your NetID, you're going to go to a site and select the CSU Pueblo main site. On the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the different folders that you have access to. And you're going to see support services is one of them. So these are listed alphabetically. Support services is going to be probably the second to last, as you see here. And if you click on that, all you'll see is this index page. If I click on index, you're going to see it appear on this right-hand side. So once you're here with me, I'm going to move my face from Zoom. You're going to click to edit. Now, if you've mostly been working with the interior page template, you'll notice that this one looks differently than that. So it starts off with this intro. All this is this little section right here, this little snippet. We ask that you don't make any edits to the intro, but if there is something that you would like to update, just let our team know to update that. So we just ask that you leave this little area alone for now. And then all you'll see at the bottom of that is support services listed as items. So if you've had an accordion or created tabs or different main content sections, you'll see that if you click on them, they can kind of collapse or expand. And you'll see from this that there's 49 of them available so far. The order of these doesn't really matter. They're not alphabetical at the moment. It's something that we're working towards. So we ask that you don't worry so much right now about the order of them, just making sure that the content is up to date and that all the different required fields are added, as well as any updates or items that are missing on here. But the first thing we're going to do is edit an existing one. One of the requests that we received is that the Gen Ed Learning Center is called now the CHAS Learning Center. So we are going to, I'll verify after this tutorial. So that's not the actual name, disregard, but just for example's sake, we're going to be editing the Gen Ed service. So I believe that's this one, Gen Ed Tutoring Center. So I'm going to go down. It's a little cumbersome. There really isn't a quick way to scroll through this. You're just going to have to go down. You can either collapse the support service items once you see that that name, that's not the one that you want to edit. So the service heading represents that main title that appears right here. So let me just walk you through what we see inside of Cascade and what we see out here. We see Science Learning Center. That's the service heading. There's no subheading. This is where you can add things like this is related to the first year pathway, or this is related to the veteran pathway. What's supported, so the little snippet of what's offered. So that's what you see here. Category, so that's for this little drop down so that if people are looking through categories, they can find your service. The modality, whether it's in person or online. Location is very important just for anyone that's looking, especially if it's in person or walk-in. The long description is what appears if people click to view more details. So if I click on that now, there's a little pop-up. And that's where you have room to add a little bit more information if we wanted. This one just includes the same. Hours of operation. And that's just listed under the view more details. It's this little snippet right there. And then main contact information. So students wanted to inquire more. This is particularly important if we are in a hybrid or online environment because of COVID. That's where you can edit that main contact info. And then that's it. That's the end of that support service. So now we're gonna collapse these until we find the Gen Ed Tutoring Center. So that's this one. Let me just confirm really quick what that name should be, just so that we can make that edit. It looks like it should be CHAS Learning Center. So all I'm gonna do here is just update this, CHAS Learning Center. If I save in preview, I should be able to see that update. Let's see, it takes a little bit. There we see CHAS Learning Center. And then you'll just submit. And then check content and submit, which will send that to workflow for us to approve. But for this, since we're also going to show you how to add new items, we're not going to submit right now. So I'm going to continue to edit. And all we're going to do is add a different support service. So the easiest way to do this is to collapse the first item or even go to the very bottom of this page, whichever you choose to do. All you need to do is click the plus symbol. Again, the order doesn't really matter at this particular minute. And that's something that we can support if we see things are in an order that doesn't make sense. But for now, just remember the plus sign, that's how you add a new item. And you'll see now this is 1 of 50, which means that we're able to add our new service. So for this example, we're just gonna put support service example. That's that main headline that will appear. Let's see what the subheading looks like. Part of or military pathway. What's supported? Let's say this is tutoring for veterans. This is where you can add semicolon, walk-in appointments for advising, and then we could just end that with an etc. The category, this is tutoring support. We can choose any other type of category. So say, for example, this was housing or finances or personal family assistance. Definitely browse all the different categories available and think of the ones that might be relevant for this group. For location, we're gonna just make up one, admin 320, which is my office. Long description, you get the gist. I'm not gonna come up with one on the spot, but let me just show you just an example of where it will appear. Add text here. Hours of operation, Monday through Friday. We're gonna put 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Main contact name, we're gonna put myself just for this example. Rios. And please make sure that if you are adding a service, you have as much of this filled out as possible, just to make sure that that is a handy document for people or a handy page for people to leverage. Main contact number 719-549-0000. So we're going to save and preview just to show you what that looks like. You can also collapse this if it's easier. So we see support service example, what's supported, in person or online based on those categories. It's admin 320. If I click to view more details, it says part of the military pathway. The long description would be added here. Location, main contact information, and all of this is clickable for people to just email directly or call directly. But that is how you add a new service. And you can just submit. If you click the submit button and check content and submit, make sure that there's no typos or any accessibility issues. Looks like it's gonna give you that spell check for all of the page, not just what you edited, but make sure that you submit that. do that spell check, and then you start that workflow. And that's what's going to put that in our queue. So that's how you edit existing support services and also add support services to that page. If you have any questions, you can always contact us at webdev@csupublic.edu. Thank you. Bye.